There used to be 2 reasons that I wouldn't buy an electric car. Now I have 3. First one, cost. They're expensive. And you mean to tell me that these politicians aren't lining their pocketbooks with this money? Okay. Second reason, batteries. When these batteries in these cars go bad, where are you going to put them? You're going to stack them in your backyard? Because they're huge. I don't want them in mine. Third new reason, and I never thought of it this way, control. If you're a bad girl or boy, or they or them, or they could turn your car off. Don't follow mandates? No car for you. You think they won't do it? They tried to take away people's livelihoods. Think about it.
I'm not sure how to block that light out, but reason 3,469 why I do not suggest getting an electric vehicle, or why I hate my electric vehicle. I have a 2024 Kia EV9, the GT line. And the reason for today is the fact that I forgot that I needed to charge yesterday. So I can't have one of them situations where it's like, oh, I'll just get gas in the morning, because that would have made me late either way. But when I turned my car on this morning, I had 66 miles. I'm going to DC, so I need a little bit more than that. Because remember, from my last video, 66 isn't really 66, because if I turn my heat on, I'm probably down to 2. So I'm like, fine, I got to go to the charging station. At minimum, it takes 20 minutes to charge my car to at least 80%. Okay, let me show you where I'm at. So I've been sitting here for a few minutes. I'm at 31% now, 74 miles. Notice it says it's going to take 50 minutes to get a full charge. Who has 50 minutes? I don't have 50 minutes. If I had a gas car, I could have literally gone to the gas station, boom, boom, pow, and within 5 minutes, I'm back on the road. Not only do I have to wait to charge, let there have been a line. There's been several times I've pulled up to the charging stations and there's a line. And so you have to wait at minimum 20 minutes, but it's always been longer than that, because of course people don't want to charge just to 80. They want to charge to the max. I don't do that, but they want to charge to the max. So you got to wait in line and burn your charge while you wait to charge. This process could take over an hour. Why did I do this to myself?
I'm on about the 3rd week of owning my first all-electric car. I bought this little 2019 Nissan Leaf as an experiment to see whether or not I was down for the whole EV experience. And so far, I've loved it. I love the car. It's super, it handles great, it rides great, it's got lots of torque. I was really surprised by this little car. And I'm going to keep this car a lot longer than I expected to begin with. But I want to talk about the EV experience. And I want to say, I'm an EV enthusiast. I'm not an EV evangelist. So I'm not here to talk anybody into buying an EV. And I think it's hard for people who love, the EV world to share their negative experiences, because they're always worried that the trolls are going to pounce on it and be like, oh, that's exactly right. EVs are garbage. And the whole thing is, I don't care. I'll just delete the trolls. But I want to be honest with the people who really are considering buying an EV, so they know what I know. They can benefit from what I've learned. So the most important thing to me that I've been sort of disappointed with has been the range. I bought this car. It has about 124 miles of range because the battery's at about 92% capacity. So if I charge the car to 100%, it tells me it has about 120 miles of range. If I'm driving by myself with no heat, no air, and I'm not driving into the wind, I can expect to get about 90% of that range. So if it tells me I have 100 miles, I know I'm going to get about 90. If I'm driving into the wind, however, I'll get 70% of that range. So if it tells me I have 100 miles of range, I expect to get about 70 miles of range driving into the wind. And I know that sounds crazy, but I was not prepared for that. That was a shock to me. And it doesn't sour me on EV. It's just something I've learned. And so that was a big eye-opener for me. And most of the internet tells you you shouldn't charge the car to 100% every day. Nissan doesn't say anything about that in the manual. They don't have any warnings about your charging behavior. Well, they say not to charge it on and off all day, but nothing about charging it to 100% or charging it every day. But if you don't charge it to 100%, then you really have 100 miles of range or 98 miles of range. And you can't let it get all the way down to 0. So in a given day, you're going to have, on a 125 mile range car, you're going to have anywhere from 50 to 70 miles of range usually. And that's just, it's not enough for me. I can work with it because of my driving behavior. but it was a surprise. So if you're looking at an EV, I wouldn't look at anything with less than 300 miles of range on a full charge. 300 miles lets you manage the battery the way you should, and it'll keep you from having range anxiety all the time. But that's my first thought.
I regret buying my Tesla. Never thought I would say this, but it messed up today. The screen has stopped working. We'll just have to send in for a service request and see what can be done.
I bought my dream car when I was 27, and this is why I regret it. At the time, I had recently gotten a raise, and I thought I was on the path to making a lot of more money. So I went and bought a Tesla because it was one of my goals. You see, the people in my community were making a lot more money than me, and I wanted to fit in as an entrepreneur, and I thought buying a nice car was the way. This is what I know today. The money that I spend on my monthly car payments, I could be taking my family to Disneyland every month. I could be living in a much nicer neighborhood. I could be saving money so that we could actually buy and own our own property. I could have reinvested that money into myself and my learning and my education. I could have reinvested that money into my business, advertising and scaling my business. I could have used that money to hire help to help me achieve my goals in my business. I share this story with you because if you're an entrepreneur who wants to grow, who wants to scale, and you see these people who are driving fancy cars and all these nice things, like, honestly, that's not going to help you grow as a person. That's not going to help you grow as a business. So remember to focus on what actually matters. It ain't fancy cars. There's a huge difference between perceived success and true success. Don't fall for the wrong thing.
I'm getting rid of my electric car. Here's why. Now you may wonder, why am I doing this? It's a car that looks great. Look at it. It's quite a sexy car. It's got so much space I could even fit a full-size carpet in it. It's massive. And it's really easy to drive and get along with. So you might be wondering, why, Abigail, are you getting rid? Honestly? Because it's not mine. It was a loan car, and the loan is up. I'm gonna miss it. It's the new Renault Scenic, by the way, so if there's anything you want to know about it before it goes back, I am genuinely sad that it's going back. I'll miss having 5 seats, running on electric, which costs next to nothing, especially when I can charge at home. And yeah, having all this space and heated seats and all the bits, you know, I'm going to miss it. Any questions about this car, let me know in the comments, or forever hold your peace.
Today I'm on my way to get rid of this car. We are opting out of Teslas from now on. It's because of EMF. We can definitely feel it. It's our third one. This one's the Plaid, and one day we walked into the dealership and we sat in it, and it's the quickest car in the world, so we just decided we're gonna get it, and so we did that 3 years ago. I just launched it in track mode for the first time since I had it, in Plaid mode, really. So the next video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not admitting that it was me driving, but I'm going to show you somebody launching their Plaid in Plaid mode. So entertainment purposes only, and probably not me driving. All right, recommendations on electric cars. It's a big no for us. We've owned 3 of them. EMF is definitely a thing. We knew that going in. It's just the driving experience is so much better. It's incredible. This is a different class of vehicle than internal combustion engines. You can just do so much more with electric cars. So that was alluring to us. EMF definitely affected us. We actually went on a month-long vacation in Europe a few months ago, and that's when we definitely realized, like, wow, we're renting regular cars there, and we definitely noticed a difference. We came back, we got rid of our Y Performance, and then we bought a Jeep, and we've been mostly driving the Jeep. This has just been sitting in our driveway for like 4 or 5 months. And every time I got into this car just to drive it, just because I was like, well, you might as well drive it every once in a while, instant, it's kind of like my brain is scrambled. It's not exactly a headache. It's not exactly nausea. It's somewhere in between nausea, headache, dizziness in the brain. So there's that. And then there's the fact that these things lose value. Incredible. Like, all these car companies are coming out with electric cars. They're having trouble selling them, and the resale value just tanks after you buy them. We literally, should I say that what we bought this for $140K. It's worth like 50 now. Our Tesla Y Performance, and this only has like 30,000 miles on it. Tesla Y Performance we bought for like 70, and we ended up selling it for 30 3 years later with like 20 something thousand miles on it. Every car company just spent the last few years making electric cars. They're not able to sell them. The prices are so low, and it's going to get even lower as technology gets better. So that's the thing, is technology keeps on getting better with these. So that means that the electric car that you bought 3 years ago, the companies that are making them are making cars that are twice as good 3 years down the line. So the price, the value just goes down. It's not like that with gas engines, for whatever reason, because they don't improve so quickly. So the car from 5 years ago isn't outdated. It's like technology, like computers. They get better and cheaper over time, because this thing essentially is a computer, which isn't very good for cars. Losing value that fast on anything that you're usually, I mean, for us, I don't know why we get new vehicles all the time, but in our case, it wasn't the greatest, just continuing to lose tens of thousands of dollars, probably 100 G's over the last few years just in depreciating cars. Again, that's part of the game. It's part of the fun. But we're not doing it anymore. So that's our opinion after being a Tesla owner. These were our dream cars. Like, we both dreamed of these for many years. And so that's why fulfilling the dreams was fulfilling for a little bit until it wasn't. Another thing to be aware of is that even new gas-powered vehicles are mostly electric. Like, we just got a 2024 Jeep, and the thing, it basically has like a modem inside of it. I have to figure out how to remove that, and it, Sirius radio, and it basically wants us to turn the car into a cell phone, and it's constantly asking me to subscribe to that service. And I know that 2025s that came out this year are even more like that. And so I'm looking for older vehicles, like 70s even, to just completely be away from all of that electric mess, hopefully with no roof as well.